USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ MV.
Charlamagne, the guy to be here in a second, and it's Tuesday.
Yes, it's Tuesday.
How you
I
feeling?
see my Bills won last night.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a Bills fan.
This year, yeah.
This year, okay. Yeah, the Bills fan.
I did. That's
the
a
Bills
good
did
pick.
win. Okay. Can you name 2 players on the Bills?
Nope.
Okay. All right, just asking. How y'all feeling?
Well, that's
good.
black and highly favored.
I got in from Chicago last night. My flight was delayed, but here I
Everything's
am.
been delayed. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just happy every time I go to the airport and have to catch a flight that I actually make it home that same day or wherever I'm going. So, yes.
Have y'all seen The Woman King yet?
I have not. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw The Woman King.
How was it?
I thought it was phenomenal, actually. I thought it was really, really, really good. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it this weekend with the family. My mom and pop seen it. They said it was really, really good.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And you know, it's interesting, right? Because it's funny when you see people on social media, all of a sudden you've never heard them talk about the Dahomey Amazons ever in life, but now everybody's a Dahomey Amazon expert. So, you know, they're like, oh, this wasn't accurate and that wasn't accurate. How you know? Hey, the movie just came out Friday and you just started Googling stuff Saturday.
They was there.
Like, cut it out. How you know what was accurate and what wasn't accurate? I ain't never heard 99% of y'all ever speak about the Dahomey Amazons. Now all of a sudden you know what's accurate and what's not accurate about the film. But either way, regardless of what's accurate and what's not accurate, it is a great movie.
Okay.
And the thing that I like about movies like this, and I don't want to give too much away, I like when the people actually... When the slave masters knuck and then the people buck. You know what I mean? I like seeing slave owners or slave traders get killed in movies. That's why I like Django. Okay? Yeah, right? I love that. So this movie does that for me in a real way.
All right.
Yes.
It's nice when the good people win and the bad people lose.
Yeah. I took my oldest daughter. Well, see, that's the conflict with this movie. They don't know who they... I guess that's the other debate is who's good and who's bad because, you know, Africans are participating in this slave trade as well. But the movie shows the complexities of that as well.
Gotcha.
You know? So it's good. I thoroughly enjoyed The Woman King.
So you took your oldest?
Yeah, I took my oldest daughter, my 14-year-old. Right. She thoroughly enjoyed it.
All right, I'm going to check it out this weekend. I'm going to take the older kids.
Yeah, I wouldn't take the younger kids.
Nah, I said the
Not
older
yet.
kids.
Yeah, take the teenagers.
There you go.
And you're the 30-year-old you got.
He's not 30, you idiot.
How old is Logan?
I'm not messing
Didn't
with
Logan
you,
just turn 30?
No, man. He's 18, man.
Madison is older than Logan.
He's joking. He knows how old Logan is. Logan's 18. All right, Logan actually sent me a video last night after the Eagles game. Let me see. Look at this.
Be careful with that, Logan. You're getting older now. All right?
Make sure you send the right video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What that video say? Charlamagne is wild, bro.
What I do? What I do? Is he going back watching old videos, man?
Yes, he is.
Lord have mercy. Oh, my God.
Let's get the show cracking. Joe Coy will be joining us this morning. So we're going to kick it with Joe Coy. Then we got front page news. What are we talking about?
Yes, and a Texas sheriff has said that his office has opened a criminal investigation into Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and his sending nearly 50 migrants from Texas to Martha's Vineyard. This could be a crime.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. All right, now last night, I didn't see NFL last night. So what the scores look like, Eddie? Charlamagne, y'all watched the game last night?
Buffalo washed, who the hell was they playing?
The Titans, 41-7.
How much was it?
41-7.
Yeah, it was a wash.
And the Eagles beat the Vikings 24-7. Nobody said anything about dropping no bombs, Eddie. I don't know. Just do what you want to do over there,
you know. Listen, man, Eddie's an Eagles fan. Envy's a Giants fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. The NFC, I'm glad there's no...
I'm a Bills fan.
Commanders fans in here.
Now Yee's a Bills fans. All right. What else we got, Yee?
All right. Well, by the way, the NBA and the NBA Players Association are working to abolish the long-standing one-and-done rule. So they're talking about lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18 as part of the new collective bargaining agreement. So that would allow players to enter the NBA straight out of high school. And they're saying this could come as soon as the 2024 NBA draft. So Logan would be eligible.
Well, he's past that, but go ahead.
Yeah, but he's 18, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so All right, and let's talk about this potential criminal investigation into Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' unprecedented move to send nearly 50 migrants from Texas to Martha's Vineyard. Now, they said it's not clear yet whether any laws have been broken, but they were lured under false pretenses into staying at a hotel for a couple of days before they were flown to Florida and Martha's Vineyard. They were promised work. They were promised a solution to several of their problems. A recruiter was paid a bird dog fee to gather roughly 50 people around a San Antonio Migrant Resource Center. These, most of them were Venezuelan. They're asylum seekers, and they were then taken to Martha's Vineyard for a little more than a photo op or a video op. And then they were unceremoniously stranded in Martha's Vineyard. So the organized crime investigators are handling an investigation now into Ron DeSantis' effort to move these migrants under a $12 million program aimed at relocating unauthorized aliens to what his administration has described as a sanctuary jurisdictions.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Yeah, it's all cool and games and you drop them off, but if there's nobody waiting to pick them up and to figure out what they're going to do or where you're going to house them, how you're going to feed them, how you're going to, have them live,
Yeah,
you also can't lie to people and tell them, okay, here's where we're taking you. There's going to be work there for you. And then they voluntarily get on a plane.
Well, they haven't proven
they're going somewhere.
They haven't been proven it's been lied to yet, and they did get sent to sanctuary states. But the reality is, they all do this to each other. Like last year, when the Biden administration had 70 flights full of migrants, including unaccompanied children, land in Jacksonville, Republicans said Democrats didn't give them a heads up that they were coming, and they said the same thing about Democrats. They wanted to see if any laws had been broken in regards to them doing this. It's like it's a circle jerk. They all do this to each other.
Well, anyway, this one woman who was an asylum seeker said that she was promised 3 months of work and free housing. They also were given brochures saying these things as well. And so now they're opening criminal investigations because they said their clients were induced to board airplanes and cross state lines under false pretenses. Imagine you're seeking asylum. You've already traveled as far as you have. It's been stressful. There's children, there's women, there's babies, and they're just moving you around and lying to you. And then you get somewhere, and now you have to be moved again.
Once again,
that I've finally been given something.
Once again, they all do this to each other. Like literally. Last year when the Biden administration had 70 flights full of migrants, including unaccompanied children, land in Jacksonville, Florida, the Republicans said that they were unannounced. Democrats said, no, we did give y'all a heads up. And Republicans wanted to see if Democrats had broken any laws by doing this. Like it's all a political game on both sides.
Yeah, but they play with people's lives, though.
And these
they
are human
all do.
beings.
They both
It's
are.
disgusting.
That's crazy.
They both sides do.
And the fact that some people think this is like a cool, good thing, it's not. It's not cool. Like I see a lot of people on social media like, yeah, that's right. Show them.
That's exactly what they're doing, though. They're exposing the hypocrisy of the Democrats. They're really exposing the hypocrisy of both sides, because the reality of the situation is they don't want migrants here either illegally.
Well, fortunately, when they got to Martha's Vineyard, they did scramble to make sure that people were at least temporarily taken care of, given some housing, given food. But let's remember, these are human beings that we're talking about.
It's a sanctuary state. They should. They 100% should. Now you can't be on, cable news and social media screaming all of these, these empty platitudes when you got it right there at your front door. Like a lot of times, people talk about how, we want the borders open, but they've never been face to face, with the consequences of those statements. Now they are. So hopefully we can really get some true border reform now.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem is that they've been trying to work on getting immigration reform, and it hasn't happened, and it's been blocked.
That's not true. Okay,
with the dreamers and everything, and trying to make sure there's a pathway for them to get citizenship.
The border,
and that's something that has been blocked.
Yes, no doubt, but the border has never been secure. Like Kamala Harris was on Meet the Press this past Sunday, and she said that the border is secure, the border is under control. Meanwhile, I think they just surpassed 2 million migrants yesterday, an all-time high ever.
Because people have to understand, it's not illegal to come and seek asylum here. It does take, it's a long process, it's a difficult process, and so people are allowed to come here. It's not illegal.
I think that this is bringing attention to this situation like we've never seen before.
All right, well, we'll discuss it next hour. Now, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah, what's up, Envy?
What's up, Trav?
Yeah.
Hey, Trav, what's up, boo?
What's up, boo? What's up, Shar?
Peace, sis. What's the word?
What's going on?
Hey, man, I'm calling to talk to DJ Envy.
Why?
Last year, Envy, we made a bet on the Cowboys and Giants game for $20, and you have yet to give me my money.
Pay that man his money, man. Run my fellow cowboy brethren his bread.
I definitely don't remember betting
We
you.
won.
I don't remember betting you no $20.
Yes, you did bet me $20. Why would I make that up, Envy? You keep saying that you didn't bet me. Why would I lie on you?
I don't know. That's a good question. Why are you lying on me?
Pay me my money, or I'm going to come up there and get my money.
Whoa.
Take it out his ass, Trav.
Is that a threat or a promise?
But we about to play again next Monday. So you know what? Here's what we can do, Envy. Actually, we doubled it up last time. We beat y'all twice last year because y'all sucked. But we can run it up again this time. We playing again on Monday. Bet me again.
I don't ever remember betting you the first time, but I'll take that bet.
You did.
I'll take that bet.
And this time it's going to be for your butt.
That's right. Both cheeks. He only had one cheek. Now you're going to get both. All right, Trav, and I want in on that bet, too.
Yo, now you went in on that bet.
All right? When we beat their ass, I'm going to beat that ass.
Oh, my goodness. Goodbye, man. If y'all do win, I'm going to have Porta Potty guy deliver that money right to Travis. Hello, who's this?
How you doing? Good morning, Sean.
What's up, Sean? Get it off your chest, bro.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Doing pretty good. Listen, I wanted to make a comment about Charlamagne was talking about as far as the border.
Yes, sir.
You know, what you said is completely right as far as, you know, Republican side, Democratic side, being a circum jerk. I mean, me, honestly, I feel like I'm not conservative. I'm not Democratic. But when it comes to different views and things like that, the border should be shut down. It should be some type of order going on.
I don't disagree. It just needs to be some order. Like, these governors are literally bringing the border crisis, you know, to the homes of Democrats who preach about open borders and they advocate for sanctuary cities without ever having to come face to face with the consequences of these actions. And like, the U.S. immigration policy is trash, and this is going to force them to have to really deal with it in a real way. Like, people can't act like they care anymore. Democrats can't just go down there and take photo ops and lie about the humanitarian crisis that's happening at the border. Like, how can you get on TV and say the border is secure like the vice president did when the U.S. just is on track to, the U.S. Border Patrol is on track to arrest 2 million immigrants crossing the southern border this year?
So
like,
how
come
are
on,
Republicans
man.
trying to resolve these issues
They're
at
not.
the border?
That's my point.
So they
Nobody
instead
is.
they're doing performative things
They
and
all
using
are.
and using human beings.
Oh my God.
I just feel really heartbroken when I see people who are struggling, who are fleeing their country. Who wants to leave home? Nobody wants to have to do that. You have to think it's a dire situation.
No, exactly. But that's the other thing. You got to deal with the root causes of what's causing them to leave. It's because they're in these communist countries that are trash. Like, they need resources, so they don't want to. They don't want to leave.
And people are allowed to come here. It's not illegal to come here to seek asylum. It just takes a long time, and it's a long path, and that's another issue.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
And they said things have been backed up since COVID.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I know they got Title 42, which keeps people out during COVID. I don't know if, you know, what's illegal and what's not illegal.
It's taking months and years to process people, and that's part of the issue. Usually people are allowed to stay in the country while they're seeking asylum.
Nobody's disagreeing with any of that. All I'm simply saying is both sides are being performative, and both sides do the same things, but then point the finger at each other. And you're going to see so much of that, especially during the midterm year. We left in, 50 days away from the election?
Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Oh, who's this? Hello? Hello?
That's my song.
He rocking. Hello?
That's why she can't hear you, because she got her head out the window at the red light
Twerking on the
and not
headlight.
even listening to the radio and listening to us say hello. Oh, it's a guy. Hi.
Hello?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's
And
all right. We
Lee,
both
Charlamagne.
FNF.
You was twerking at the headlights at the red light, bro?
Hey, the music got me too hyped.
Okay, what's
All right,
up?
what's up? Get it off your chest.
DJ Envy, I got a question for you about an investment property, man.
Okay.
Do you think right now is the best time to be purchasing one? Because the statement is buy the house, date the rate, marry the house.
It all depends on the deal. I mean, if the deal's an amazing deal, then absolutely, positively, yes. It all depends on the deal. I know a lot of people are getting out of deals. There's been a lot of great deals that's popped up on the market, but I can't make a decision based off not seeing the deal. But yeah, we've purchased a lot of deals during this time. We purchased a lot of deals during the pandemic, and we continue. I mean, if the deal is great, then yeah. I mean, you know how to check to see if a deal is great. Check the properties in the area. if it's a rental, to see how much the rent is going to bring in based, compared to your mortgage. If you're going to get regular rent or you're going to go government assistance, I mean, you got to do the homework.
Would you be purchasing a property off of a HELOC right now, or is the HELOC rates just unpredictable?
What are the rates at?
Right now, for the first 6 months, they're at 1.9, and then after that, they go to prime.
Right, which is about 5.5 right now. I mean, it all depends on how long you could do it and if you can get out of it fast and what you want to do. Do you want to flip it? Do you want to turn it over fast so the 1.9 can hold you down? Or if it's a long-term thing, I mean, rates are where they are right now. They at about 5.5 to 5.9. I mean, Matt, the mortgage guy, would know better than I would. But it all depends on the deal.
All right, I appreciate it, DJ.
All right, brother.
All right, B.
Yeah, I mean, I can never tell somebody what to do, what out to do if I can't see the actual numbers.
You got to know somebody's financial situation, too.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and let's talk more about Tory Lanez versus August Alsina. More details are coming out. And we'll also tell you about the tour and who won't be on the rest of the dates.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk August Alsina.
Listen up.
It's just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office is investigating an alleged fight that went down between August Alsina and Tory Lanez. Now, the District Attorney's Office said in a statement, "We are aware of the allegations that the defendant attacked artist August Alsina and are investigating these claims. The allegations are serious and will be thoroughly examined." In addition to that, they were on tour together, and now Tory Lanez is no longer a part of the Fall Back in Love comedy and music jam after this alleged altercation. So here is what Rip Michaels, who put this tour together, had to say.
So at this point, if anyone's not a part of that vibe and that energy that's bringing anything, then no, we will not have them a part of anything that we're doing.
So Tory's not going to be on the tour moving forward?
At this moment, no. At this moment, we'd have to proceed without him because we want to make sure that every person in that audience has a great time and a great feeling. And that synergy of each artist enjoying themselves and having a great time is what it's all about. There was no fight. Let's just be super clear. There was no fight. I don't know why people say it was a fight. That was not a fight. He was sucker punched by Tory Lanez. So that's pretty much what, I was there. It was when he was exiting the building. So it was just straight, like more of an assault type thing than anything.
Okay, Rip Michaels. And there was video circulating where you can see August Alsina ignoring Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez tries to shake his hand or give him a pound or whatever. And then there's some audio that's not confirmed, but people believe this is August confronting Tory Lanez about Tory Lanez having things to say regarding his relationship with Jada.
What up? I hate when don't keep the same energy with you. What energy? Why did you speak on my business online? Hold on, fix it. And what is it?
So, yes.
Why did you stop it there? I mean, then they had a whole convo?
Well, the video that was circulating had no audio with it. So this is the snippet that people are saying is them.
I hate seeing them brothers beef like this. And I do wish that, we didn't wait until we saw each other, like to have these conversations, because ego always prevails when you see a person face to face. I wish as soon as folks had a problem with each other, they either reached out on the phone and have a conversation immediately, because when they meet publicly, they end up ruining great things like, this show. Now, somebody might have criminal charges. Venues don't want these kind of shows because of the drama. It's just, man.
But the problem is they don't know each other.
Yeah,
so
that was their first time meeting in person.
They never met each other, so they don't know each other.
And I think a lot of people were weighing in on that situation. He probably didn't even know he would react like that. Seeing him, August was like, "Look, I thought he just had an issue with me. I didn't think he would even try to speak to me." So it is weird when somebody talks crazy about you, but then they see you in person and then they're like, "Hey, what's up?"
Oh yeah, that's corny as hell. I totally understand. I totally understand August not wanting to shake his hand.
But I'm the same way.
Absolutely.
If I have the same, keep that same energy. Don't speak to me now.
And vice versa. If I know that I've said something about you, I'm not going to try to come up to you and say what's up to you.
But Tory might have thought it was a joke because everybody was making jokes during that time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody was making jokes, but I'm the same. Keep that same energy. But everybody was making jokes during that time.
All right.
He ain't everybody.
Lil Baby fans rioted after he did not make it to Vancouver's Breakout Festival on Sunday. It was announced that as the headliner, he would not be performing, according to festival organizers. They said that Lil Baby canceled his performance because he was too sick to perform. And that's when festival goers were destroying tents, throwing garbage, breaking equipment. He posted on his Instagram story, "I would like to start off by saying I truly apologize, Vancouver, Canada, the Breakout Festival, and to everybody who was in attendance. I've been going so hard these past few months without any breaks that it finally caught up with me and my body completely shut down. I owe you guys big time and will for sure make up for it soon." So, I mean, some things just can't be prevented. And sometimes you're in the audience, you have no idea what's going on. They were looking forward to their headliner, but Little Baby got to take care of himself first and foremost.
That is very true. And I just want me a new Little Baby album. I am ready for a new Little Baby album.
All right, now Common is going to be making his Broadway debut in the play Between Riverside and Crazy later this year. According to Deadline, he got the role of Junior, and he's going to start performances on November 30th in New York City. So he said, "This has been a dream of mine for a very long time, to act in a play, to do theater, and to be a part of a theater company." He said, "I'm supremely grateful and overwhelmingly inspired to be a part of Between Riverside and Crazy. I can't wait to begin this process and to live this journey."
Common never did Broadway? Interesting. Everything about Common says thespian. I thought Common already hit the Broadway stage.
All right, and Lil Nas X sent pizza to some homophobic protesters outside of his concert in Boston. So he was performing as part of his Long Live Montero tour, and conservative protesters were outside of the MGM Music Hall at Fenway Park. They were protesting him. And he went on Twitter before the show to announce that his team would be giving them some pizza to munch on while they were hating from the outside. "You can't even get in." He said, "Just told my team to send them pizza. This is really good promo." And he said, "Update, they didn't want the pizza, but I accidentally fell in love with one of the homophobic protesters." And then he posted a video of the exchange between them.
I'm disappointed in you, Lil Nas X. Pizza? Come on, you should have sent them glizzies.
Some glizzies.
You know you supposed to send them all glizzies and tell them munch on the glizzies. Come on, pizza? I'm disappointed.
All right, and let's have some money talk. Kim Kardashian has bought a new estate in Malibu. It's Cindy Crawford's former Malibu estate, and she paid $70 million for it. So this is the fourth priciest California home sale this year, behind Drake. He paid $75 million for his home.
Wow.
There was also a $120 million house for sale. And then, of course, the one that's a mega mansion in Bel Air, which sold at auction for $126 million.
Now, what do these houses that cost this much money do? Are they nuclear bomb proof? Do they come with unlimited food? Like, what do these houses that cost this kind of money do?
You're paying for views, you're paying for zip codes, and then the size of the house.
$70 million?
Didn't Michael Rubin buy a house that was like $100 million, I thought, last week? I thought I seen that.
In California?
Yeah.
Oh, this is not listed here.
Listen, they all acting their wage, so I'm not knocking them at all. I just want to know what these houses do for $70 million. Mm-hmm. They must wipe your own ass. Like, you must be like, you can just shower. The house showers for you. Well, the house cleans. It's a self-cleaning house.
This house was originally listed for $99.5 million. Then it was lowered to $90 million, and then Kim Kardashian came in and got it for $70 million. So I guess it's a bargain.
It says Michael Rubin pays $70 million for a Hollywood Hills mansion.
All right, so yeah, he wouldn't be before her. Hers was $70.4 million.
Does the hill come with the mansion? Do you get a whole hill too?
For his, it's 15,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms.
How much? 15,000?
Yeah, it's only on 0.72 acres.
That don't. I mean, God bless. That's wild.
Malibu's really expensive, though.
Stay
That's
in your
where
wage,
she
bro.
bought.
I'm gonna act my wage.
That's where she bought hers.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the house the house is about 7,500 square feet.
That seems small for $70 million, but
yeah,
I'm gonna act my wage.
I need to ask Michael Rubin. Well, what does your house do? You can't just live in it. It's got to do things.
That is your rumor report.
Maybe it's a rocket ship on the low and they go to Mars.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it's gold in the hill.
I don't know. We'll never know.
No, I wouldn't.
Even
with that kind of money, I'm not spending no $70 million on no house.
Maybe it's a good investment if you have it.
You know how many houses I could buy in South Carolina for $70 million?
Kim Kardashian, that's where she wants to be.
I could buy so many people houses. And
she was about to say I could buy South Carolina for $70 million.
No, don't disrespect my state.
Wow.
But I could buy so many people like houses and places to live with $70 million. I'm not knocking them, but it's just like
Kim has a lot left over after that still.
Just need to know what the house does. That's all.
Does nothing.
Has to do something.
Can't
just be a house. I gotta do more than sleep.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Now we got front page news next. What we talk about?
Well, let's talk about Bishop Lamar Whitehead back in the news. We'll give you some updates on what's going on with him and his church.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
The brand new Galaxy Z Flip 4 is finally here. Capture hands-free content from every angle with Flex Mode. The sleek foldable design lets you make your device conveniently compact. Visit Samsung.com to order your Galaxy Z Flip 4 today. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now in sports, the Bills crushed the Titans 41-7, and the Eagles beat the Vikings 24-7. Now what else we got, Yeezy?
All right, well, right now there's an out-of-control STD situation, and they are calling for some changes from U.S. health officials, new prevention and treatment efforts. Infection rates for some STDs, including gonorrhea and syphilis, have been rising for years. Last year, the rate of syphilis cases reached its highest since 1991, and the total number of cases hit its highest since 1948. HIV cases are also on the rise, up 16% last year. So officials are now working on new approaches to the problem, like home test kits for some STDs that will make it easier for people to learn that they are infected and to take steps to prevent spreading it to others. They said the core part of any effort that must also be to increase the use of condoms as well. So just giving y'all a heads up and a warning.
STDs out here like, allow me to reintroduce myself. Y'all out here talking about COVID and monkeypox. Y'all must have forgot.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, Bishop Lamar Whitehead, he's been in the news a lot lately. We saw him first going viral when he was robbed during one of his sermons during a live stream. Then he reenacted that during another sermon. And now he's had an altercation afterward, which he was arrested with a woman during the service. Now, here is what Bishop Lamar Whitehead had to say about who this woman was.
They began recording, and she began to outburst and to cause a big disturbance in my church. So I said, come on over here, come on over here. And she began to yell at me. She began to cuss me out and say whatever she wanted to say. I let her say what she wanted to say. I said, all right, me and my church started to pray. And I said, now you have to go. You have to get out. You have to go. So I have my wife and my daughter, who's 10 months old, sitting there. And she came and said, and now you're a liar, going towards my wife. And that's when you seen her walk in front of me, going at my wife and my daughter, and I grabbed her. Everybody's saying that I choked her. How can you choke somebody from behind? I grabbed her from behind, by her shirt, from behind, and by her shoulder, and I escorted her out.
All right, now he told the New York Daily News that when police did some research on him, he was released from his cell and the charges were dropped. Meanwhile, he claims the woman who was identified as Tarsha Howard has been charged with trespassing and disrupting a religious service. Now, she also did an interview, and here's what she had to say about what happened that day.
I came there in peace. The lie that I would charge towards a woman and a baby, I am a mother. I would not do that. This man, who's supposed to be a bishop in the Lord's church, called me up and ushered me up to the front. And once I got up there, I began to speak in my heavenly language. And I don't know what happened, but that's when it went left. I was praying in my heavenly language, and next thing I know, I was being grabbed behind my hair and drugged.
All right. Now, she also told the New York Daily News that she was there doing some research and that the story that he's giving is wrong.
Isn't this all on audio and video, though?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You get to see the video from different angles.
And you could hear him, right? Didn't you play the audio yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Did he call her up? I don't remember.
I didn't hear him call her up.
They didn't. They only play a snippet of it, but I don't know why we give it this much light. I mean, you look at the congregation. There's about 9-10 people in there, and there's a lot of bishops out there. There's a lot of preachers out there that are doing a lot of good. I don't know why we keep giving this bishop and what he's doing this much light.
I don't know if he's doing good or not, isn't he? I thought he did good things in the community.
I don't know, but I mean, there's so many other preachers and bishops and
you from Brooklyn? You don't he do good things in the community?
Yeah, I mean, I actually met him a couple of times. One time we got proclamations, and then another time he was doing a peace march with Eric Adams when Eric Adams was the Brooklyn Borough President and Fabio Foreign. So it was a march throughout Brooklyn to encourage people to put the guns down.
Yeah. And listen, I don't know the brother at all. It just seems weird that, this all started from him being the victim, but now all of a sudden he's become like the extreme bad guy. It's almost like people never even believed him from the beginning. when he said that he got robbed, everybody was saying, "Oh, that was fake. That didn't happen," or
And then his
he deserved
past
it because he
comes
was
up and his
flossing.
history
It's
comes
like,
up,
it's just like how did the victim turn into the bad guy?
I just hate that if he is doing all the good that people that Yee just said he's doing, why do we always concentrate on the negative part?
That is true, because
he's a bishop. He's a man, the man.
Well,
of the
he
church,
is doing
allegedly.
interviews regarding it, so I don't think he's,
I want to
wanting
hear
people to not know.
I want to hear the bishop preach. Y'all posting everything but the bishop's sermons. What's the bishop word like?
You
That's
can
what I
live
want to know.
stream his sermons.
Well, that interferes with my Bishop T.D. Jakes and Sarah Jakes Roberts time on Sundays.
You could do both. I'm sure the streams are available.
No, I gotta watch it later. If somebody send me a link, I'll watch one though. I really do want to hear what his word is like.
And that's part of the problem. We talk about everything else, him getting robbed, his history, him allegedly, escorting a woman out, but we never heard him say anything.
Well, tell him welcome to hip hop culture. Where we focus
talk
on
about his
nothing but the
cars,
negative.
talk about what he wears, talk about his jewelry. But
you're right.
Have you ever heard the man speak?
No, I haven't actually. You're
Me
right.
neither.
You're right.
All right, well, that is your front page news.
I heard the proclamations he gave the people and all that, but I've never heard the brother speak.
I want to hear the brother's word. I'm with you on that.
All right. Well, when we come back, Joe Coy will be joining us.
My guy.
We're going to kick it with Joe Coy when we come back. Don't move. It's your guy. How many shows you been to see Joe Coy?
I've seen Joe Coy before in person. I've had Joe Coy on my podcast, and I've seen him in stand-up. I haven't seen his latest special, though.
Okay. All right. We'll kick it with him next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
You probably haven't. Have you?
Yes. What you like me like that?
Because you do this. You do this thing where you lie with confidence.
I am not a liar, Joe Coy.
Huh?
Okay.
Quiz him. Okay.
No,
so
because if I quiz him, then it's going to look really bad. Because he's going to admit to it. I'd rather just let him say he's seen it, and then I'll just believe
I have
him.
seen Joe Coy specials.
Okay, what is a tabo?
It's something Filipino. I know that much. That don't mean
This is a tabo.
Yeah, that's he's not going to get it.
But it is Filipino.
Because you didn't see it.
It's Filipino for cup.
I hate you so much.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Oh, I don't know. I just know it is something Filipino.
Can
though,
you
right?
just watch it, please?
I will watch your new special. I've watched them before, but I haven't seen the new one.
I love you, Charlamagne.
Yes.
So you love him back.
Joe Coy knows. I text Joe Coy and tell him I love him
That
for no
is
reason.
kind of messed up when someone says I love you and you say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, what is that?
You didn't even say I love you.
All right, tell me again.
Yeah.
Tell me again.
But now it's
I
not the
wouldn't do it again.
same.
No, tell me again. Tell me again. Tell me again.
No, I wouldn't do it.
I love you, DJ MV.
I love you.
See
Joe Coy.
how natural?
You didn't say it to him. You said it to him, not me.
Say it to me.
Love you, Angela.
Thank you.
Oh, what?
Give me another chance.
No.
I love you so much.
Okay.
No, no, man.
What are we doing? How is everything, brother?
Everything's good. This has been the best. This has been the best run ever. I'm living a dream right now.
I'm
So.
making a lot of money, Joe Coy.
Man,
You are making a lot of money.
Arenas.
That's what the measurement is.
It's
of
the
course
Los
you're funny,
Angeles Forum,
but you're making
too,
a
by
lot
the
of money,
way.
Joe Coy.
yeah,
That crowd looked amazing for you to be in the forum like that and to see
Yes.
how many people fit in there.
that was 14,000. But I did 2 shows.
Okay.
I did 4 total.
Wow.
I did 4.
14,000, but I did
4 total.
shows.
So
Yeah,
that's 56,000 people.
yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
So you got to be top 5 stand-up touring comic right now, right?
It's pretty crazy. I'm not. It's crazy to actually add another arena. Like I just did it again. I sold out the Honda Center in Anaheim, so we added another Honda Center. It's like it's crazy. And I've been doing this. I did 2 Chase Centers during the playoffs, so it was like Joe Coy, then the Warriors, then Joe Coy, and then the Warriors on the same weekend.
Wow!
And it was like, and I get to enjoy this with my son. That's the best part.
And we've seen the growth, though. That's the crazy thing. Like,
Thank
we've
you.
seen the growth from when you first came here to where you're at now.
When you came to Caroline's, and you know who didn't come? These 2.
But where did I go?
You did come. I'm not.
Yes.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
don't play with
Where
me.
did
won't
I
play with
come?
You. You know what? You're right. I'm not even gonna. You're right.
Where did I come, Joe Coy?
I'll
It's
watch
this
this. Listen.
asshole right here.
Joe Coy, I watched
It's this.
Ask him again,
This.
Charlamagne.
Wait, no.
Ask him again, Charlamagne.
I didn't even pick up on that until right now.
Ask him again, Charlamagne. Joe Coy says,
Where did I
asshole.
come, Joe
Charlamagne
Coy?
says,
This ass right here.
Damn it. I had no idea where that was. I was too busy being mad, not knowing I'm being set up.
But you know, the special I saw, the one that came out last night, you started off by talking about the pandemic.
I thought you said
Charlamagne,
you
don't do this. don't Google and then act like you got hard hitting facts.
I'm gonna do Charlamagne.
This is a
Did you?
bull.
Did
interview.
you not start the special off talking about the pandemic, Joe Coy?
Talking about starting off. The beginning of that special, I mean, the masks, right? I mean, wow. Why don't you tell them, Joe? Tell them what you said. No, you tell me what I said, Charlamagne. What did I say? What did I say?
You talked about the pandemic and how it was during quarantine.
Look, I can tell you, Joe Coy.
Yes.
What you said. You said, your breath stink.
Yes.
I'm wearing a mask.
Yes.
And you didn't want to judge people in the audience who
Yes.
were wearing masks.
Yes.
For doing that. You didn't want to pass judgment.
No.
See?
But that they were going to get it no matter what.
Yeah, still.
The thing is, here's the thing about that special. I had the deal before the pandemic, right? Mm-hmm. So I had the deal in place, and then the pandemic hit. Now everything's changing, and we set it for the Forum. It's 14,000 people that's going to be taped, and now everyone's wearing masks. Mm-hmm. And literally, I was about to cancel it. I was like, I don't want to shoot a special where everyone's wearing a mask.
It's not gonna smiling.
Yeah, I'm like, in 10 years, everyone's gonna be like, what kind of special is this?
Yeah.
So I was so nervous. I was this close, and then we heard a rumor that LA was about to lift the ban. Everyone else was lifting it except for LA. And it was the day before I had to tape that they lifted it, and that's why I was able to do the special, even though some people were wearing a mask. But I was like, I have to talk about this. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna not talk about it. It was a part of our lives for 2 years basically, and it's like I know it sucked that it was a topic that everyone was touching, but it was like, I can't do a special at that size and not, at least touch on it.
Yeah, because it is a timely thing.
Yeah.
And so people will look back at that.
Yeah.
Like 5 years from now and be like, oh, that's right. Remember when we had to have on masks?
Yeah.
I just wonder if there's any new stories to be told from that time, though.
No, I think it's done.
Yeah.
But I had to do it, Charlamagne. You know what I mean? Like, it was literally like, it was about to cancel my show. And as a guy that's producing his own show, that was going to cost me a ton of money. And I was literally like not even thinking about my routine anymore. I was thinking about how much this is going to cost me again.
The business side.
Like, Dubai, I was scheduled to play Dubai 3 times. And all of it got canceled because of COVID.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
And I walked out with, basically not making the money I should have made, but also losing fans in return, because now they're scared. It's like I canceled, they return the tickets, then I announce I'm coming back, they buy the tickets, and then I canceled again. They return the tickets, and it's just like it was we had to talk about it because it changed a lot of our lives.
So how was your pandemic? Because as a comedian, you're used to being on the road, performing. Did that shut down?
And I think you'll probably agree with me that it was the greatest thing that ever happened for me and my son and my family. It really was. And not for everybody. And I know there's people that struggle, and I realize that. I get it. But we were in a position where we could. And I took full advantage of it because I didn't realize how much I missed, man. I was so focused. I was tunnel visioned. It was the first time I ever spent a birthday with my son.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I know it's awful.
The first time you ever spent a birthday with your son?
Yeah, and I know that sounds.
He's an adult.
No, but he turned 16 during the pandemic.
Okay.
And and I've been on the road since he was 3. You struggle for so long, and now you're getting this opportunity to like provide for everyone. Like I'm providing for my family. I got my sister working for me. I got my mom I got to take care of. I got family in the Philippines that I take care of. Like, it's not just me.
You don't want to miss your moment, is what you're saying.
No, I don't. And there was Christmases that I missed, man. Like, we would open the gifts up on Christmas Day, and then at 5 I'm going to a club because they're paying me extra money for the Christmas show. And it's
you got to
just
get that money back that you spent on Christmas.
Exactly.
So do you think that moving forward, maybe you'll say at least my son's birthday from now on? Did the pandemic make you feel like some moments now, because you are very successful now?
Yeah. Well, my son's on tour with me now.
Right.
He works for me, and it's been a joy. But what I love the most is that my son finally realizes what this was all about, Like, my son saw Netflix say no to me. You know what I mean? My son saw me pay for that special when they said no to me anyway. Or when I had all the cameras inside the theater and I was about to film it, and we get a phone call from Netflix going, hey, we heard you're going to shoot this special anyways. We want you to know that we really don't want it. Like, Yeah.
They called you and said that?
Yeah, they called my manager and everybody.
have to do
We know
that.
you're shooting it.
Yeah.
Don't shoot it for us.
Yeah.
We're not taking
Whatever
it.
you're doing, don't think it's
my
coming
God.
in. But you know what? It
But,
all brings up-
it's crazy that you guys laugh, and I get it, right? But just imagine like being 27 years in the game and people that I took on the road that were opening for me getting Netflix specials, and I'm not getting one. And that's and I
that
get it. It's a
mean,
business.
Joe?
No, it's not that. No. Let me. I hear what you're saying. It is a business, and they have to make their calls, right? But I didn't understand because, like, I'm doing 100 sold out shows in just one city alone. You know what I mean? At an improv, like, and these are all over the country. So
You
when I
technically
wasn't-
didn't need Netflix's validation.
I get that, but it's like I knew that was the platform that was going to take me to the next level, and I knew they were in the position of power to give me that, but they weren't going to give me the opportunity to put my special on, and I don't hate Netflix for it. It's a business decision that they made. I just had to prove to them that they needed this special.
All right, we got more with comedian Joe Coy. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Joe Coy.
What I like about you is, even though you didn't want to be with Netflix or even with Easter Sunday, you still choose to focus so much on Filipino culture. And I'm sure that when you do things like that, people are like, oh, you should broaden it out. You should make it more broad for people.
Yeah.
What do you say when they say that to you?
I can do any. This is why it's so important for me, and I'll. My mom's lived in this country since 1969, right? She's been here for 53 years, and she's American. She's a Filipino American, and I talk about Filipinos being nurses. I have so many nurses in my family that live here, right? And I know you've met them too. So just imagine them living here for 50 years, working at hospitals, 14-hour shifts. And then they go home and they turn on the TV and they watch a TV show about a hospital and not one Filipino is on that show. Or they go to a movie and there's a hospital scene and they don't even see a Filipino extra in the emergency room. And it makes them feel invisible. You feel like, oh, okay, I guess I ain't nothing. I guess I am just visiting. And that's what that is. So when people ask me, oh, you're going to tell another story about your mom? I'm going to do 53 years worth of stories on my mom because I'm the only one that's going to put those out there right now. So if I'm going to do a movie about a Filipino family, that's what I'm going to do. Like this is for her and them. So that's what it's about. I can do all the other jokes. I post it all the time. I'll post my ad libs. I'll do improv sets. I'll do all that. But when it comes to like saying something from my heart, it's going to be about that.
Well, two things. I remember in your book, you said that you started off not doing those types of jokes.
Yes.
And then
because I grew up in a time when, it's like
you had to be mainstream.
I had to be mainstream, and it's like, and once again, you're being too specific. And like, what is funny? You know what I mean? Like, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, right? So as a kid, I'm watching cartoons that's depicting Asians with slanted eyes and big goggles and buck teeth, and we're supposed to laugh, right? Like if I have my white friend over and watching a cartoon and that comes on, right? We all laugh together. So that's normalized. Like, so that, to me, of course you don't want to hear my story about my mom divorcing my dad. You just want me to do this Asian character because that's what's accepted, because the other one, this story is too specific. So yeah, in the beginning of stand-up, how am I supposed to get into the comedy clubs? Like, I had to do those. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't like I go, oh, I have to do this. It was like I was kind of like programmed that way.
Yeah.
As a child, I was programmed. Oh yeah, we make fun of Asians. That's how I get accepted in this country. Let's make fun of Asians. Like, so yeah, like I remember this one time I told this story in my book where my mom and dad are divorced. We just want a color TV, and it's me and my whole family. Like, it was me and my brother and my two sisters and my mom, and we're filling out these raffle tickets. I think we sat there for like 6 hours filling out these raffle tickets at Sears or JCPenney, whatever it is, and we stuffed that little bin up with raffle tickets, and we win the TV.
And people were mad.
Y'all cheated.
People were mad.
Y'all cheated.
You damn right. You damn right.
But I
and
think
we go up the escalator to get it, and there's this little white kid in front of my mom, and my mom loves kids, right? Every time she sees a kid, she goes crazy. And we're going up, and she goes, oh my God, hi, you're so cute. What's your name? And he turns around and he pulls his eyes back, right? This is like 1983, and goes, oh. And I remember we're all just like,
it's not funny.
It's not, but I remember just like.
So why'd you make it a joke if it's not funny?
It's not. I'm telling you a story, Charlamagne.
Joke, and
I
then
think
when
you
we
need to
laugh,
listen.
they say it's not funny.
I think you
No,
need to
he's
listen,
telling him a
Charlamagne.
story that happened in his book.
This is why.
I read the book. I heard the story.
But I remember my mom not being able to do anything. I remember my mom just clamming up and just going, "It's okay, Joe." I knew she was obviously hurt. I was like 11 years old and just looking at my mom going, what was I didn't even know how to react.
Right.
Because I'd never seen anyone do something like that.
Did
to
you
my
realize
mom.
he was making fun of you?
I knew he was making fun of her, but like I was in shock. Like, hold on, what's going on right now? Like something just happened really, and I knew my mom couldn't do anything. Because if my mom would have raised her voice and said, "Hey, you can't do that to me," then she would have been the bad person. Because the parents would have been like, hey, he's just a kid. What are you yelling at that kid for, lady?
If you had gotten into a karate stance, you'd have scared the shit.
This is what I'm talking about right now. This is why you should get canceled. I'm about to cancel Charlamagne right now.
You little cracker could have said something like that.
That too.
Yeah, but so as a kid, it had to hurt because all the jokes were about. A lot of the jokes were about Asians, especially in New York. It was Asians.
Yes.
It was Haitians.
Yes.
And Africans.
Yes.
So you never just wanted to wild out back?
I mean, how can you though? How do you do that back then?
Crack jokes. You're a comedian.
No, man. Come on, Charlamagne. Stop, bro.
You a comedian.
Yeah, but
He
no,
wasn't a
man. Like
comedian
when you
then.
see something like that, we're not. That's not a joke anymore, man.
No,
like
but back then it was a joke because I even know.
But
when I
back
went
then
to
it
kids,
wasn't a joke, man. Like
Well, no,
that,
I get
when it's coming out of hate and it's
you're right.
a white family doing that to an Asian family, that's not jokes, man.
Well,
that's hate.
That's why I'm from the South, so growing up we call them crackers, right? But you crack ass cracker.
That's the same thing my dad would. I went to an all-white school and we got the jokes all the time, and that's what my dad would say. Call him crack ass cracker.
And we would beat him up.
And then he would
Yes,
jump him, but
we definitely used to do a lot of that.
And that's amazing. You get to do that, but
can't do that now. But back then it was
you
what it was.
can still do it. But you can still do that. No one's got to find out. But no, it's not. It was completely different, especially for like Asian people. They're just like,
I get it now, Joe Coy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Well, don't move. We got more with Joe Coy when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Joe Coy. When did you and Chelsea decide to make it a thing? Go from friends to dating?
That was it was when I asked her to do like just a little blurb for my book, and that's how our relationship kind of sparked again. We just realized like, oh, we like hanging out with each other, and we were just hanging out.
It must have been a hell of a blurb.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. I don't know why anyone gives you anything. I don't know why you get a show. I don't know why you get side gigs. You should have nothing.
Oh, God. I'm just saying.
Nothing.
That must have been a hell of a blurb, Joe Coy.
When I say I hate you. But yeah, it started off with a blurb, and then she did that, and then it was just cool. Like
It was the pandemic.
No, it wasn't that. No, because
they really liked each other.
No, because it didn't happen then. No, it didn't happen then.
It's still a pandemic.
No, it didn't happen then at all. It didn't. It didn't. I'm just telling you the truth.
I haven't said anything that hurtful to you the whole interview, Joe Coy.
You better shut up. You better shut up. No, it didn't happen during the pandemic. Everyone thinks that it happened. I was filming the movie the whole time, and she was out in Canada somewhere skiing.
Skiing naked.
Yeah. So it didn't happen during then. It was like after the pandemic, and then we just started hanging out. And she's amazing. She put a lot of people on the mat, and she's another one that liked to open the door for people. You know what I mean? Like she saw someone talented, you got on that panel, and that's why that show was so good, because she realized her position. She knew that she had a platform, but she needed other people to help push that thing forward. That's why she had Kevin on. That's why she had me
Lonnie
on.
Love.
She had Lonnie on. Like those are beasts, bro. No one else would put those people on.
You guys
but she did.
You guys had the nicest breakup that I've ever seen.
Aw.
When y'all posted the video, first I thought it was a joke because you're both
broke up?
comedians.
Yeah. I'm done.
Okay, I didn't know. I really didn't know.
We're gonna go to a break, and it's not gonna be
Kidding
good.
me? They
It's not
posted
gonna be good.
they both
It's not
posted these
gonna be good.
amazing breakup videos.
I really did not know.
And
I did
I
not-
was
I
so
swear I didn't know.
disappointed. I left comments like, I can't believe
check on
this.
him and you don't know.
I don't be paying attention to the negative. I didn't know that.
I like that.
I had no idea.
like that about
really
you.
It
didn't.
doesn't have to be negative.
I really didn't. To be honest with you, I didn't even pay attention when y'all was together. I just like, oh, Joe and Chelsea's together. That's dope. But I didn't.
I don't like how the words come out of your mouth sometimes. Like it just like it comes out so natural, like conversational, that I think in your head it's always geared to be an ass.
Just did not. I'm not.
Like-
I'm not saying I didn't care. I just didn't care.
No, you said you didn't care,
Yeah,
and that's
no,
what it means.
but
It means you don't care.
It's like Joe. It's like cool. Joe, I'm happy for him. But I didn't think nothing of it. It's not like I'm every day. You know how people be like Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, you're holding on to it every day and paying attention. I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
But I follow both of you, so
Yeah,
I would
I'm
see
with
you
you on
guys
that.
post videos of each other doing
Yeah.
things together,
Cooking,
and then you guys
talking,
posted
chatting.
the
Really?
breakup
Yeah.
videos, and it was like the nicest, like, and that's why I didn't
Can
think
you
it
turn
was
his
real.
mic off? Just turn Charlamagne's mic off.
all
Just for like the next.
You know the
6
video.
months.
I'm gonna tell you the videos of Joe Coy that come up on my feed when you post stuff from your specials, and when you're doing stuff with your son. I saw you would hold it. I saw this. You was cooking your favorite childhood snacks.
Yes.
I saw this.
They broke up a long time ago.
I didn't see, guys. I don't know what y'all want me
He's
to tell
showing
you.
us what's now. They broke up a long. So
See,
why
this
did
is
that
you
break
and your.
up?
No, that's not your son.
No, I mean, we just realized
is
that.
your son.
Hold on, let me get to Charlamagne. He's got a separate interview going on right now.
No, I'm sorry.
No. It's the breakfast. I totally forgot. This is the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne. So let's. What is your question?
No, I just,
what is your question?
I just. My point is, I just wasn't paying attention.
I like that.
That's all.
And I think a lot of people should be like that. Like, you know what I mean?
goodness,
It's
Don't pay attention to what you post.
no, just don't. Like people get in. People don't get into. People do dive deep into like that kind of thing. Like
But you guys posted it.
I know, but like the breakup, like people got into like it was like
'Cause y'all
almost
were so
annoying.
happy
It's
and,
like
y'all did so many things together on vacation.
Yeah.
And this and cooking and Christmas. And it was great.
yeah,
I
it was
loved
fun. It was fun, but it was just we're two different. She's going a different direction. You know what I mean? Like she's got her career that's taken off in mine, and it's just the business is coming first, and we realize that we're just better off friends. You know, so that's
Okay.
it's all good. She's always gonna be my friend. I'm always gonna love her, and so yeah.
It's
Have you
a
started
good
dating
pass-
again?
No, Charlamagne, I swear to God. Why do you?
What did I do?
You don't care about my relationships, and now you care.
I know. A
Now
minute
you
ago, he
give a
doesn't pay attention or care.
So what? So if I get into a relationship, what? That's when you stop caring.
That's when you start following.
But you want to know if I'm in a relationship.
You're absolutely right.
I
That's
am right.
That's a very valid point. Joe.
Thank you.
I just thought that was a good follow-up question.
No, it was a horrible one. It was a lazy one. You have no notes. I swear to God, you
man.
always look down at that, and there's nothing on there.
Oh my
But you
God.
have had an incredible past month with the movie and the special dropping
Yes.
within like a couple of weeks of each other.
Thank you. Yes, and this is my favorite one, and I know a lot
Mine
of people
too.
say that.
No, and you talk.
didn't
You know,
see the special?
You
yes,
didn't
I
see
did.
it.
Yes, I
No, you
did.
didn't.
And you talk about public sneezing. You really don't like public sneezing.
Charlamagne, you need to stop, and this is what I'm going to make you do. You're going to post something about my special.
But did you or
No,
did you
this is
not
what you're gonna do.
talk about how
You're
you don't
gonna
like public
post-
sneezing?
You're going to post something about my special.
I will.
No, you're going
I'm gonna watch
to.
it this weekend,
And you're going to post.
again, and I'm gonna post about it.
Joe, number 6. In the description for the special, it says you discuss things like public sneezing.
What is wrong with public?
I'm so sick of you. I hate you so much. I hate him so much, man.
But I do have a question.
What is wrong with public sneezing, Joe?
I'm done with you.
I do have a question for the room.
What is
The
it?
question is, as a woman, you talk about eating toilet paper out of our.
Oh my God.
Now we talking.
Now now he's happy. Now there's
Post about that. So
I know you talked about. I didn't know you were a foodie, Joe. I didn't know you were a foodie. I enjoy the same appetizer.
You didn't say that was one of your
Who
favorite
doesn't
childhood
love
snacks.
litter?
When you was on whole dinner, you didn't say that was one of your favorite childhood snacks, Joe.
Is that a real thing? Because I was a little devastated. Is it true that every guy has eaten toilet paper out of our?
Yeah, you need to see it. You can't tell the middle of it without setting it up, Angela.
I've had that happen from the front.
What?
What?
How did I know Charlamagne would have a story?
It's not a story. I've just had that happen from the front.
Somebody ate from the front?
No, I'm saying you went down on a woman and
it was toilet paper.
Yeah, it was a little.
So that happens to everyone?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love. Come here. No, hug me.
See, conversation about ass eating. Now you want to hug?
Nope. That's not. Wait a minute. You ate toilet paper out of someone's.
No, it was the vagina.
You are sick. Can I say it? You sick. I knew it, man. You're not. You're cut from a different.
Oh man, we was kids.
Why would you eat toilet paper out of a girl's butt?
That's not what happened.
You clearly said that.
I said from the front.
Yeah,
Everyone said that.
Oh God.
Everyone heard you say it. It's fine. Everyone has a fetish.
I said that.
I
from
like
the front.
toes.
But I remember that in the special though.
You like toilet paper and butts.
Toilet paper out of butts.
You're like, girl, what is that?
Oh God.
Is that 2-ply? I'm in this.
Oh,
Thank you.
Oh man. Good to see you, Joe.
Well, thank you,
It's so
Joe
good to
Coy.
see you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Joe.
I love you guys so much.
I love you too, Joe. I really do.
Thank you.
You don't love him. If you loved him, you would have went to one of his shows. But that's another story.
Wait, hold on. Are you going to come to Madison Square Garden? It's November 10th.
I'm there.
That's a damn
I'm
lie. He said
there.
it too fast. He don't even
Bro.
know what
I'm
November 10th is.
there.
What day is that?
I don't know. It don't matter. I'm there. I'm putting it on my calendar now. I am there. November 10th. Let me see when that is.
All right. Joe
That
Coy,
is
if he doesn't show up November
that's a
11th, you let me
Thursday.
know.
It's done.
Okay.
You taping your show on Thursday.
What time is the show?
See, here it goes. Here it goes.
It's November 10th, man.
No, if it's
Like,
like
what are you
7 o'clock,
talking
8 o'clock,
about?
I can make it. Easy.
What time do you think my show is? At 5 in the afternoon? You think I'm doing a matinee? What kind of ass question is that? What, like an after school special?
We're there. I'm there. November 10th. I'm coming to see you, Joe Coy.
All right.
I promise. I'm there. That's my
It's
word
the
is bond.
Breakfast Club. It's Joe Coy. I have a cold again. It was just crazy.
Let me check your temperature.
How you gonna do it?
What you mean? What kind of cold you got?
I don't
Seriously?
I don't know. I just came back from LA I had to DJ a wedding, and now I'm
You gotta
all
take some airborne. You gotta take airborne when you
congested.
get off flights. Take some vitamin C. That's what you need. Take some
right.
vitamin C. Drink a green juice or something.
Now I'm about to go downstairs and get one.
You definitely need some airborne though. You probably just need some vitamin C.
I tested for COVID like twice and nothing.
People still doing that?
I did it.
The president said the pandemic is over.
He did. All right. Well, let's get to the rumors. Let's go.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
All right, well, last week, Bobby Shmurda, people were trolling him, and he had posted a picture of himself in bed with someone. And another person, a social media user named Xavier Raza, came forward and claimed that it was him. Well, it was not him, but the rumor did go viral. People said that Bobby Shmurda was in bed with a man. It became a trending topic. People started making jokes. And Bobby Shmurda said when the hate don't work, they start telling lies. He also said that now that he's independent, the powers that be are trying to ruin his career. Well, Xavier Raza has since took to Instagram and wiped his page clean, but he did put up a statement where he apologized to Bobby Shmurda. He said, I'm still trying to wrap my head around all of this, but I wanted to address everything that's going on right now. I owe everybody an explanation, but most importantly, I owe an apology to Bobby Shmurda and his fans. I'm sorry for everything that's going on and confusion I have caused anyone this past weekend. That was not me in the video. What was meant to be a harmless joke shook the internet. I never thought my post would go viral, and it was never my intention to mislead anyone. I've been receiving death threats and keep seeing my name attached to headlines that are far from the truth. I've been hesitant to speak out, but I wanted to clear my name and put an end to this rumor.
I mean, that's simply not right. And like that young man needs to be held accountable for that lie. Like,
Yeah,
like,
it's not funny.
Hey, that's
With all
not,
the
that's not
lies,
funny.
It's
bro.
not a funny joke.
And I mean, it's like Bobby could sue him for slander and defamation, but then in this era, they might call Bobby homophobic for suing him for slander and defamation because the guy is a legend that Bobby was gay.
The craziest thing is I didn't see that it was a joke. I seen all the stories that said it wasn't a joke.
That's what I'm saying. And like the lie is always so much louder than the truth. Like I didn't even realize that the dude apologized till I got in here this morning.
Yeah, and when I did see it originally, it was clear that the guy who said it was him, you could tell it wasn't him. And I saw a lot of people in the comments like, that's not even the same person.
But the internet
the
don't
hairline
care.
is different. But of course, people want to get their jokes off.
Nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. So that lie will go all the way around the world 2 or 3 times. Bobby Shmurda got caught in bed with a man, and then it's a bold-faced lie, and then now what? Everybody just goes on about their day.
All right, now Kodak Black was upset that a fan was recording him. And here's what he had to say as he called out this person who was doing an Instagram live session and he doesn't want people to just record him and show where he is.
Hey. No. Check it out. No. Check it out, man. Don't record me. Get off live. Man, you record me. I just saw you put the you on live, but you just put the phone to my car, homie. Don't do that, homie. Then you lying to me and your bro.
Really?
In it, bro. You tripping, boy. Come on, homie. You tripping. You don't see that that happening in PNB? So right. why you recording me? Now, God forbid, but ain't no bitch. I'm saying, but at the same time, like, bitch, God forbid some crazy then what?
That's right.
No plan. Come on, man. I'm tripping.
He right.
He ain't wrong at all. Dropping the clues bombs for Kodak Black. He not telling one lie. You putting other people's lives in danger, safety in danger for your damn Instagram feed.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Kodak Black. He's going to be performing at our Powerhouse concert. What's the date of that, Eddie? October 29th. So if you haven't got your tickets, you can get to see Kodak Black perform live in New York.
That boy Yak definitely is in my top rap artist of the year, and that album is definitely in my top rap albums of the year. Dropping the clues bombs for Kodak Black.
All right, and ticket stubs for Michael Jordan's NBA debut game are expected to go for $300,000 at auction. We told you before, his retired jersey recently sold for $10 million. Well, now they're saying this pair of tickets is so rare that officials are anticipating it'll be between $200,000 and $300,000 that it's going to go for. They said by far the most desirable and rarest of tickets is the iconic red and black box office ticket, which is only available at the venue and features the Chicago Bulls logo and silhouette of Chicago Stadium. It's these tickets that truly evoke the image of the young Bulls prospect on the verge of superstardom. To find a pair of these red and black ticket stubs to this iconic game is exceptionally rare. And so they believe that this full red and black ticket from this game they believe it to be the only unused example ever discovered. It sold in February 2022 for $468,000. All right. So let's see how that's going to go. But like I said before, that jersey sold for $10 million, and they anticipated it was going to sell for about $3 million, but it surpassed all of that. And that was the jersey that he wore in his last NBA Finals game, the Last Dance season.
I always wonder about jerseys like that, right? Because if you think about it, right? We grew up on Michael Jordan, but now 50 years from now, with the new generation, they have a new Michael Jordan. Is that jersey still going to be worth that much?
I think it's always going to be iconic.
Think so?
I don't think...
Bro, these kids are still wearing Jordans now. What are you talking about?
I'm just asking.
It's been 30 plus years. Yeah. 40, I think, even.
There's not too many athletes.
He's still he's alive. So in 60, 70 years, when he passes... and
bro, Jordans are like
Michael
McDonald's, bro.
They're going to make movies, documentaries.
Yes, Jordan.
It's never going anywhere.
Jordan is a brand you can trust. It's a brand that transcends generations. Okay. Jordans ain't never going nowhere. That 23 Michael Jordan never going nowhere. And it's always going to be kids paying homage to Michael Jordan, other players paying homage to Michael Jordan. Even the people that these folks call the greats now, the LeBron Jameses, they look up to MJ.
But what about the greats before Jordan? Like, do people still talk about those greats?
No, but that's because Jordan broke the mold. There wasn't like maybe Magic, maybe Bird, but no,
like Bill Russell.
But that's because Jordan took the game to a level that people had never seen before. There's never been another Michael. There's never been a Michael Jordan before him, and there's not going to be.
People will always remember
after.
Serena Williams. They'll always remember Tiger Woods. There's just certain people that I think no matter what. Think about Jackie Robinson. And how he's legendary.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Jordan's legendary.
I agree. But is the Jackie Robinson jersey going for the same price as the Michael Jordan?
He's not Michael Jordan.
Okay, you just said it. She just.
And don't get me wrong, Jackie. What Jackie did.
And Jackie changed the game for baseball.
But no, Jackie changed the game for black people.
For black people in baseball. Yeah, absolutely.
But once again, he's still not Michael Jordan. He's just not.
Okay, just asking.
That made me think too. What happened to NFTs?
They're still there.
You sure?
Positive.
I don't even hear that phrase no more.
Me neither. What was that? The ape NFT? I
don't know.
We have NFTs.
Do we?
And we're in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, Charlamagne, who are you giving your donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour, man. Can we talk about how 4 after the hour, this is a young lady named Sherry Papini needs to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with her.
What?
Sherry Papini.
Okay.
She told a lie that I feel like she's not getting enough time for, but we'll talk about it.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Galaxy Z Fold 4 is here to change the way you get things done. Now you can browse social media while tuning into a video call. And with the expansive foldable screen, you can use up to 3 apps at the same time. Visit Samsung.com today to order your Galaxy Z Fold 4.
Charlamagne, say the gang, don't get other Charlamagne.
You are a donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the day does not discriminate.
I might not have the song of the day, but I got the donkey of the day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit it with the hee-haw.
Yes, the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's donkey of the day today?
Well, Ed Sheeran. Donkey of the day for Tuesday, September 20th goes to Sherry Papini. She is 40 years old, and she was just sentenced to 18 months in prison for faking her own kidnapping. The woman lied and said she claimed she was abducted and tortured for 22 days. Let's go to ABC News for the report, please.
After insisting for more than 5 years that she was kidnapped and tortured by suspects who were never found, tonight Sherry Papini admits she made it all up.
All we can do at the end of the day is the right thing, and it is never too late to do the right thing.
The 39-year-old who took an 11th hour plea deal last week, pleading guilty to 2 of the 35 felony counts she's charged with, lying to federal agents and mail fraud. In 2016, the mother of two's case made for gripping headlines. Papini telling police she was kidnapped at gunpoint, tortured, and held in captivity for 22 days by 2 Hispanic women. But investigators uncovering she was actually staying with an ex-boyfriend and harmed herself to cover up her lies. The plea deal recommends 8 to 14 months in prison, plus more than $300,000 in restitution for the resources multiple agencies used investigating her case.
I wouldn't call this her doing the right thing. I'd call this her last-ditch effort to do the best she can for herself.
You know, we was just talking about the dude who lied and said he was in bed with Bobby Shmurda, and I'm looking at this lady, and it just really makes me realize that Cardi B and Offset were 1,000,000,000% correct when they said folks will do anything for clout. Okay, first of all, 18 months is way too light a sentence for this because we really have to start holding people accountable for the lies they tell. Okay, in the case of the Bobby Shmurda situation, there's nothing that can happen to the dude who lied on him and admitted he lied. I guess you could sue him for slander and defamation, but then somebody might call Bobby homophobic because they're like, well, what's wrong with someone saying you're gay? It's just strange times that we are living in. Okay, it's like just people can just be attacked with lies via social media and nothing happens, which is why I'm extremely happy this woman Sherry Papini is getting 18 months, but that's not enough time. Okay, because see, these are the same kind of lies that got Emmett Till killed. By the way, I saw Till last week. Dropping the clues bombs for Till. Saw a private screening of Till last week. Great film, very heavy, but when you see how these lies, told by people like Sherry Papini have led, to innocent people being killed, then you have to add on some years just for that. Okay, she faked the kidnapping and fraudulently amassed more than $300,000 in Social Security disability income, assistance from the California Victim Compensation Board, and had a damn GoFundMe campaign created on her behalf. When the reality is, she should have had a Go F Yourself campaign happening. Okay. So not only was you gaming the system out of money, you was putting innocent people in danger with your lie because you heard the news report. She said it was 2 Hispanic women who kidnapped her. And this is what happens. This is why they end up demonizing black and brown people, because folks like this are just telling lies about black and brown people. Now, she did apologize to the court, saying, I am choosing to humbly accept responsibility. I am guilty of lying. I am guilty of dishonor. I stand before you willing to accept, to repent, and to concede what was done cannot be undone. It can never be erased. I am not choosing to stay frozen like I was in 2016. I don't even know what that means, choosing to stay frozen. Can't you see I'm frozen? I am choosing to commit to healing the parts of myself that was so very broken. That's what she said, end quote. Sure, all of that is great, and I wish her the best. I truly do, but I have to wish her the best, and I wish I was wishing her the best behind bars for a longer period of time. Okay, in an era with so much sex trafficking, so much real kidnapping, you playing with people's realities like this, and you only get 18 months? This is why people keep making up lies like this, because the consequences are simply not severe enough. Please give Sherry Papini, let Remy Ma give Sherry Papini the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker, you dumb.
I was going to play a game of guess what race it is, but there's no need. Let Chelsea Handler get some of that hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, that is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
Kathy Griffith got something to say.
Please give this giant jar of mayo the biggest hee-haw.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Like, why? And then to just say 2 Hispanic women did this to me? Come on, man.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we come back, we're going to kick it with the brother Mysonne.
The good brother Mysonne. And A.T. Mitchell is going to be joining Mysonne, as well as Angelo. A.T. Mitchell's from the Man Up campaign.
Correct. So we're going to talk to them when we come back. All right, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
He's been appointed by the mayor to pretty much focus on gun violence in New York City. So he's the man, the top man in that regard. And this is also co-founder of Until Freedom, my brother Angelo Pinto, attorney Angelo Pinto. So,
Okay.
you know.
So where do we start? I guess, well, the first reason why we wanted to bring you up, because everybody was talking about lyrics, right?
Mhm.
And rappers were talking about lyrics and DAs using their lyrics against them in court.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you're a rapper. You were signed with Violator, signed so many times. You had records, and you got arrested. But what are your thoughts on them using lyrics against you, or any rapper?
I mean, we know that it happens, right? And if you're engaged in a certain lifestyle, you're in the streets, you actively committing crimes, and then you talking about them, then you telling on yourself. I mean, that's just common sense. I think people
don't see it like that though.
But I'm saying, see, the difference is if you're just an entertainer and you're a rapper and you're rapping about what you've seen, and a lot of these rappers ain't living that life and they just making stuff up. So those situations don't fit into what we're talking about here. We're talking about when you're actively involved in the streets, you're actively involved in crime. There are videos with you doing things, you running around with people where they have enough to put your lyrics to say, hey, look, this is him right here doing this, and this is him saying he did that, right? If you just rapping about something that you did, there's no trail, there's nothing for them to follow. So they can't just use your lyrics as evidence in chief.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like they're listening to rappers and saying, oh, he's rapping about killing somebody, let's go lock him up. That's just another piece of evidence that they're collecting.
Evidence in chief. That's the key to it is not, it can't be evidence in chief. If it supports what they already know and they have people to corroborate and all those things, then you got to be smarter than that.
But let me ask you a question now. Now, how would the DA know the difference, right? Now, I'm listening to some of the stuff that's going on with Young Thug's case, right? Now, the attorney was like, yeah, he said, F the judge, Your Honor, like he was talking to the judge. Of course, he wasn't talking about that judge, but that attorney made it seem like that. That case is something different. But then I think Charlamagne...
But that's not a crime.
That's not a crime.
You understand what I'm saying? So what that does is, what I'm trying to say is everything that you say out your mouth is going to be held against you. If I say, yo, if my wife get out of line, I'm going to smack her in the mouth. And then
you smack your wife in the mouth.
She goes and says domestic violence, and then they pull it up. You made a conscious. These are things that you already said that you're willing to do. So you're allowing them to use things against you that come out your own mouth. We have to be a lot more mindful in the days like I got locked up for crimes, and they try to utilize stuff in my trial too. So I'm aware of these things, and I think as artists for 20 plus years, watching artists have these lyrics used against them all the time, especially when they're committing the acts and they're able to show the mind state that you're willing to do certain things. If you're not making conscious decision as, you know what, some shit I'm just not going to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I understand. It's certain things I've engaged in certain things. I know people engage in certain things. I'm around certain things, and I understand that what I say can and will be used against me in the court of law, like they say all the time.
And also, these guys are being very specific. Like they're naming actual names, actual crimes,
Actual
locations,
people.
dates. So it's like, what do you expect? I want to hear from the attorney.
I mean, I think to Mice's point, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, and you know the hip hop police have existed for a long time. So in any scenario, people build cases. So they're probably following you for an extended period of time, and it seems like this is a pattern that departments are now practicing. So artists should say, hold on, wait, let me protect myself. We were talking about it earlier, even in the context of the violence, right? Whether or not you think violence in lyrics actually leads to violence in the streets, one of the biggest targets are rappers of the violence we see in our communities. So at some point as an artist, you would think you would want to protect yourself, right, from the violence that could potentially happen because people are listening to your lyrics. So to Mice's point, it's like at some point, protect yourself. Don't say this in lyrics and don't have this particular content that could potentially create an atmosphere in your environment that you fall victim to. Why would you continue to do that? Because in essence, you're acting against your own best interest.
Let's stay here for a minute.
That's one question. So what are your thoughts on people trying to ban that and to stop, the government from using their lyrics? Because, like Mike said, some people are telling on themselves. So what are your thoughts on them actually doing it?
I think that to Mice's point, if you're telling on yourself, right, unless you use a disclaimer and say everything I'm saying here is entertainment, there's nothing here I'm saying that is real, then there, in a lot of cases, even like if you have a gun on you, there's a doctrine where they say if it's in plain sight, right? I don't have the ability to search your vehicle except when a gun is in plain sight or something illegal is in plain sight. Then I have the ability to search your car. So if you're not just plain sight, your language is saying that you're doing something, then I have to say maybe they should be able to use it. And then my other thought,
not even doing did.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the question is, why would you not want them to use this if somebody's saying this?
I think for me,
you know what I'm saying? It's strange.
What it comes from for me is I come from the streets. Like if you a street dude, we knew you don't put stuff on record.
That's a fact.
We knew we're not talking about crime. We didn't even want to do interviews. Most street dudes that we knew, you very seldomly seen them on camera. They didn't talk a lot because they still to this day, the OGs that ain't even in the street no more. They be like, I ain't trying to do no interview. I don't want to talk about none of that.
Right.
Like I don't like they don't live that life. So I don't know what made this era think that you could commit crime in plain sight and be free. And I've been saying that I don't understand what is the mind state. Like when we talk about the PNB Rock situation, right? It has to be levels of mental health, right? To say that you're gonna walk in broad day and just in the middle of nowhere shoot and kill somebody for a chain, you can't even be thinking because what are you gonna do with that chain? How far are you gonna get with that chain after you? Everywhere we live in police states now. Everybody got a camera. Everybody got a phone. It's cameras all over. They can pretty much track you everywhere you go. I tell people this every day. I'm like, yo, you don't realize that every crime is on camera somewhere. Somebody got a phone camera. There's cameras connected to the store. They can literally trail you to where you go. So the mind state that you took a chain, what did you think? You pretty much gave up your whole life for a chain.
But the thing that you're saying, Mike, the idea that we know, anyone who knows if you're doing crime, you don't say you're doing crime. People, that's a basic rule. So then the question becomes, why would people actively compromise themselves like that? And from my perspective, it's because someone else is making you do that. Right. There's something else that's making you do something. You're going against a basic rule, and that don't make sense.
All right, when we come back, we got more with Mysonne, Angelo, and A.T. Mitchell. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Mysonne, Angelo Pinto, and A.T. Mitchell. You know, I was going to ask you a question. A.T. Mitchell?
Yes, sir.
I have a huge problem with New York's gun laws, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm explaining to you why, right? So I'm a licensed owner, right? I can carry my gun in, I think, 35, 37 states legally, carried on my hip, not a problem. New York, I have a problem. My son will probably tell you the same because we kind of came up on the same time. Most of the times when people carry weapons, it's not to do something aggressive, it's defending.
Yes, sir.
Right? So if I'm walking around New York City and I walk out this building and somebody tries to rob me, I can't defend myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people say, well, you get security. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. But a lot of people can't afford 24 hours, 7 days a week of security.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's a problem because if I get caught with my gun trying to defending myself, not aggressive, not robbery, not shooting, not doing nothing stupid, just trying to defend myself like I do when I'm in Georgia or Florida or Texas or any of those other places, I go to jail for 3 years. That's crazy to me. That doesn't sit well with me for trying to defend myself. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, I do understand what you're saying, man, as a licensed gun owner. But, you know, and I know that there's a lot of people who are walking around here with unlicensed.
And that's why we need guns for them.
That's why we need guns, because they don't.
So at the end of the day, with you, and hopefully we won't have to experience an OK Corral type situation where there's two people out there literally, you know, banging in the middle of Times Square or downtown Manhattan or whatever, because again, you're dealing with people that are legally licensed versus people that are not. And a lot of it has to do with training. You know, you got people that don't know how to shoot, which is part of why we actually got Boycott Black Murder, because we see this stuff again, it winds up back in the neighborhood's lap, where people are dying, innocent people are dying from senseless gun violence every day. So it is it's almost like it's unfortunate for those of you who are responsible. But I think when you look at a city as crowded as New York City, you know, it can happen anywhere. You have a lot more casualties.
Because criminals are smart. They know 9 times out of 10, if somebody's walking down the street, they especially in New York, you ain't got a legal gun.
Right.
Unless you're a police officer, correction officer, or was able to get it. Now people are starting to get it, but very few. So they know 9 times out of 10 they got the drop on you.
Right.
And it just always bothered me with New York City with that.
Yeah, man, this is the biggest city out of all cities, and so at the end of the day, man, we want to make sure that everybody's safe. You know, we want to make sure that those of you who have the right and, you know, the privilege of being able to arm yourselves versus those people who, the majority of us who are not, we want to make sure everybody's safe. And that's the work that we do. So we just really just trying to keep, you know, this work going, these messages, these campaigns, they have to be, you know, again, back to hip hop and the industry, everybody has to be another
And how are they keeping the guns off the street? What's the process to try to make sure they get more guns off the street?
I don't think they are.
No, I mean, that's another good question. I mean, for like Charlamagne's point, the illegal guns, the access to weaponry in the neighborhoods right now is crazy.
You see the guns they pulling off these streets?
Yo, bro, we talking about literally
But the
brand
question is,
new
why
too,
are they
spanking
even
brand
being
new.
sold? Why do you have the ability to get assault rifles? And that's my issue, my challenge around the guns, because I understand the importance of defending yourself, and I think that is important, and it's a right that people have, right? Second Amendment. But the issue becomes when there's so many guns in circulation. Like, I know, you know, when I was coming up, if a couple of people had a gun, it was like, damn, you know who had the guns in the neighborhood. Right. And you knew if something would happen, this might happen. But I remember, like, you know, not too distant past, it's like every kid got a gun or has the ability to get a gun. And it's like there's way too many guns in circulation. And the NRA and the folks who produce guns are advocating for more guns to be in communities. And I just don't, and the proof is in the pudding. It doesn't make us safer. It hasn't made society safer. So I think we have to take a different approach to responding to how we keep ourselves safe and what we do, because now every man, woman, child in America has access to a gun.
And before, like you said, it was a 38 special. It was a beat-up revolver. It was a gun that looked dirty and dusty. Now, to your point, what you said earlier, I mean, they have
military
grade
equipment. They got colorful guns. That
ghost guns. They got all kinds of
extended clips.
It's crazy.
Like the police can't beat them.
I think what has to happen though, it has to be a culture shift, right? Because the culture of violence is so prominent right now that just defense and you having a gun for defense is immediately puts you in more and more danger, right? If you got a gun, a lot of people who are not trained in de-escalation and they just a regular citizen, it's regular citizens every day that ready to kill you for stepping on their foot. That's correct. You can't give those type of people guns.
Right.
Like I watched in the restaurant where the lady shot the lady because she was arguing with her, pulled the gun out and shot her and said, yeah, you thought you was bad. A regular fist fight turned into, and she probably was a licensed carrier and shot the lady dead. Yeah. And it's like, everybody can't have guns. There has to be psychotherapy things that we do. There has to be a strenuous process that you go to make sure that you're walking around these streets. And because if you just scared, a lot of people shoot you because you're scared. Yeah. If I'm walking, imagine a racist person, I'm walking behind him, he see me and go, oh, boom, boom, and shoot.
And it happens.
And it happens all the time. So it has to, the culture has to shift. So we got to put the neighbor back in hood. We got to identify each other as brothers. I'm dropping a song today called Boycott Black Murder, and the video drops. It's very powerful. I want y'all to see the video. Hopefully you'll play the song, Envy, you know, quote unquote, hopefully. But
you can't play positive music on the radio.
You can't do it. Listen, we're going to try
That's why we're in the situation we're in now.
That's why we're in the situation. But really, man, I really want us to understand that the dynamics of our community is very serious, right? We are at war against the system, and then we're at war with each other, right? You know, the minister said, I don't even know who the enemy is right now. You make it very hard for me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When we going against each other. So we have to re-identify each other and see each other as brothers again and connect with each other. Because when you see somebody as your brother, you don't want to take his life. You want to do everything you can to protect and make sure that person is safe. So let's put the neighbor back in neighborhood. Let's start community, build community, unity and community again. We are so separated. Like, people got beef with the next door neighbor. You can't even come out your house. They at war. You're the op, my next door. Yo, we got, and I'm like, what? He lived next door. My next door neighbor our doors was open. They used to just walk in. Yo, can I get a cup of sugar? Y'all got milk in the refrigerator. Go get it. Like, we lived in the community. That's not happening no more because the culture has told us that that's the wrong thing. And you got to think about this. Just really think about this. You can't value your life when you're willing to kill somebody and take a chain that you know you're throwing your life away. Listen to what I'm saying. 90% of the people who kill somebody or rob somebody in our community is going to do 20, 15, 20 years. And they made a conscious decision that chain, that 1 second or whatever, is worth that. How much do you actually value your life? Like that, I want to know, how did we get so poisoned that we put the value in that more than our freedom in our lives?
And they're tricking you out of your life.
And I want to just, again, I want to reinforce and I want to give a shout out to my brothers and sisters at Man Up Incorporated.
Yeah.
Because if you came out to where we are, and we're in East New York, we're in the 7-5, which is one of the, if not right now, top of the city, unfortunately. But in pockets where we exist, we call each other brother. We call each other sister.
Correct.
You know, from as young as 5-year-old babies, they come into our programs, they adopt that mindset. When they leave out, they see each other's family, because that's what it's about. We literally are, and I'm going to put that out there, we are biologically related. Every single one of us, even in this room. You know, there's one race. There is a human race. And we have to stop thinking that we are separate.
Yeah, what Elijah Muhammad used to say? Elijah Muhammad used to say a neighborhood can change a city can change a state can change a nation can change the world.
Nation building.
Nation building, man.
Well, let's introduce the song. So that
The
way I
song. It's getting played today. This song is called Boycott Black Murder. It is a testament of what's going on in communities. The video will be dropping today, too. It's a very powerful video, so I hope that it has the impact that I want it to have, man. And first, go to boycottblackmurder.com.
That's correct.
Take the pledge. We need everybody to take the pledge, man, and say, I can't kill my brother because I love my brother.
How do we donate to Man Up?
Man, they can go to our website. It's manupinc.org. That's manupinc.org. They can go to my website, at-mitchell.com as well. And, you know, all donations are tax deductible. We got the same status that Red Cross, Salvation Army, all the other charities have. We have the same charity status.
But I don't want donations. We want investments, man.
That's correct. About that.
In us living, man.
All right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report
Talk to him.
with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
Well, Chrissy Teigen recently confessed that the miscarriage she said she had 2 years ago was actually an abortion. She was speaking at Social Impact Agency's Proper Dailies, a Day of Unreasonable Conversation Summit. That was on Thursday, and she said that it was a revelation that came as a shock to her. She said, 2 years ago, when I was pregnant with Jack, John, and my third child, I had to make a lot of difficult and heartbreaking decisions. It became very clear around halfway through that he would not survive, and that I wouldn't either without any medical intervention. She said that, she said, let's just call it what it was. It was an abortion. An abortion to save my life for a baby that had absolutely no chance. And to be honest, I never ever put that together until actually a few months ago. She said she came to that realization after the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade earlier this summer. And she felt sympathy toward people who have an abortion and the circumstances they had to go through and the emotional decision they had to make. And she said, I fell silent, feeling weird that I hadn't made sense of it that way. I told the world we had a miscarriage. The world agreed we had a miscarriage. All the headlines said it was a miscarriage. And I became really frustrated that I didn't, in the first place, say what it was. All right. Now, ever since she made that realization, people have been attacking her on social media, and she posted a thread on Twitter showing some of the attacks. She said, I knew this would happen, and honestly, I've already seen you do your worst. So if this makes you feel better, great. It doesn't make me feel worse, though. And she posted a lot of people, saying, not our business, lady. Why do we need to know this seriously? People lying about miscarriages and abortions now. SMH, liar then and liar now, just trying to stay relevant. She should move on from this. We are tired. She needs therapy, so on and so forth. But, I mean, makes perfect sense to me. It was something that she had to do because the baby wasn't going to survive. She needed to survive. She looked at it at that time as a miscarriage and now realizes she had an abortion.
I don't know why people are so into other people's lives. I mean, obviously she did the best decision that was for her and her family, and people should just stand by it. What the hell's the problem?
I mean, I don't have a problem with her sharing her story because also other women can relate.
I didn't say share her story. I just say people in her business and judging her. And
yeah, because she's putting it out there, and she said she knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, and that's right. What you just said just now, is that's all you can do. Once you put it out there, you can't expect to just hear back what you want to hear. It's going to be people that agree with you. There's going to be people that disagree with you.
But she said it saved her life. Like,
it don't matter. You can't be mad. Listen, if she's going to put the story out there publicly, then people are allowed to have a public opinion about it.
Yeah, some people,
regardless of what that opinion is.
I just think it's stupid. Like she said, it saved her life, guys.
And I think it's an important conversation with Roe versus Wade being overturned and women having to make decisions, but sometimes not being able to and having to travel to another state because they need to save their own life.
Yes, so. and if you don't want people to have an opinion about something that you did, don't share it publicly. It's really just that simple.
But she did post, I knew this would happen.
Okay.
And honestly, I've already seen you do your worst, so if this makes you feel better, great. It doesn't make me feel worse, though.
That's true. Because this is wild when people post things and they'll be like, respect my privacy at this time. You just told us everything. I didn't even know anything about it until you said it.
All right, now Cardi B has started the process, reportedly, to seize the property and assets owned by the blogger who accused her falsely of having herpes and being an escort. She filed that paperwork in Georgia to start the process of collecting from Tasha K. And so the document said that she is owed a total of $3.3 million from Tasha K. So she is demanding that Chase and its employees hold all of Tasha's property, money, wages, and other assets, including property in safe deposit boxes or similar property. So Tasha K is trying to actually plead for the federal judge to step in and put a stop to those demands because she still has an appeal pending and collections aren't allowed until a decision has been made.
We all got to deal with the consequences of our actions.
All right, and Arsenio Hall. Apparently, cops are saying his house in L.A. was the target of 2 break-ins. They told TMZ.
That's wild.
Arsenio Hall was home Saturday at 11 a.m. when he heard a loud noise coming from downstairs. He came down to discover someone had broken the glass on his sliding door trying to get in. And then they say last month, 2 people broke a window at his place back in August and entered the home. He was home when they broke in, and that's when the burglars got spooked and took off before stealing anything. So police did respond both times, but the suspects managed to get away before the police managed to get there. So detectives are looking at surveillance video, but they also want to know if Arsenio Hall is specifically being targeted and if it's the same people in both incidents.
We'll drop on the clues bombs for
the legend,
my OG, Arsenio Hall. Icon living, one of my top 4 inspirations in this entertainment game always. So definitely sending my brother healing energy.
Absolutely.
It's my guy.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Reports.
All right, well, let's get to the People's Choice Mix. Get your request in. Let's go.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
The brand new Galaxy Z Flip 4 is finally here. Capture hands-free content from every angle with Flex Mode. The sleek foldable design lets you make your device conveniently compact. Visit Samsung.com to order your Galaxy Z Flip 4 today. Hey everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now we have to shout out to Joe Coy for joining us this morning.
My guy, Joe Coy. I got to salute. I love Joe Coy. I love Joe Coy for years. It's funny though. I don't know who I like trolling better, Joe Coy or Donnell Rollins, but I love Joe Coy because he's not afraid to be honest. And that conversation about toilet tissue, down there was very honest. I don't know about in the back.
I've been talking about it since.
Yeah, I don't know about in the back. The back is wild, but yes, I've definitely seen toilet tissue in the front. And, you just pick it off your tongue and keep moving.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Freaky Tuesday. All right. And also shout to my son for joining us, A.T. Mitchell and
Angelo Pinto.
Those
good brothers, man. Boycott Black Murder, as well as the Man Up campaign that they're running. Salute to Until Freedom. Love the work those brothers are doing, man. Oh, and listen, also too, man, I want to tell everybody, make sure you register for the Mental Wealth Expo. If you listen to the conversation with myself and Envy and Mysonne and AT and Angelo, we talk about all of the different things that we can do, as individuals, and mental health advocacy is definitely my lane. So the Mental Wealth Expo, October 8th, Saturday, October 8th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. This is my 2nd annual Mental Wealth Expo. We got so many different mental health professionals, psychiatrists, therapists coming to the event, from Nadra Tawwab Glover to Dr. Alfie Breland Noble to Dr. Rita Walker to Dr. Spirit to Wallow to Shaka Senghor to my man David McCullough from Inception, and the keynote speakers are Pastor Torrey Roberts and Sarah Jakes Roberts. And it's a free event. All you got to do is go to mentalwealthexpo.com to register to be there, and we'll see you on October 8th. mentalwealthexpo.com, free event. All you got to do is register to be there. That's it.
And since we're talking about free events, tomorrow I have my Wealth Wednesdays for Entrepreneurs Facebook group, and we're having our first event. That's going to be on my Facebook Live. So shout out to Angelina Daraso. She's going to do 20 minutes that will transform your business. She is the lead digital coach for Google, and she has extremely valuable information that I've actually used her, and I wanted to make sure that I present her for everybody to have that opportunity to get this free information.
All right, well, leave us on a positive note.
Hey, man, I really just want to tell y'all 10 affirmations that you should say on the daily, okay? Like if you do this early in the morning, it'll set your tone for the day and get you moving in a positive direction. Tell yourself, I am successful. I am confident. I am powerful. I am strong. I am getting better and better every day. All I need is within me right now. I wake up motivated and I am an unstoppable force of nature. Tell yourself that every day, first thing in the morning. Watch what happens.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?